Okay. Here we are again. So going to share that one. I'm going to give you something about 11.3. Listen to me. The important things here, how to start or how to sketch the point. Yes, point, how to get point. 1 point in polar. That's very important. If you learn how, for example, in the Cartesian, before in the secondary school, they told you how to find 1 and 2. You say 1 here, 2 there, and this is my point. Then later, you have a point, you have a point, you have a point. Then later you sketch after advancing, you sketch what? The graph. So be sure that here, if you understand that point, you know how to sketch whole figure. So careful. Understanding points here is very important. It's not such easy, it's not such hard, but you need to concentrate. So kindly be with me, do not speak. Okay. Here we are. We have polar R theta. R is what? Distance or radius. And theta is what? The angle, you know, like that. In the polar, we don't have XY axis. Okay? We don't have XY axis. We have what? We have origin and X-ray. Just we have one line leveled with a 0. Understood? So when I say 1 and, for example, pi over 4 means that counterclockwise, I'm going to up as an angle. And I have what? 1 unit radius, 1 unit distance from origin to here. So that point, it will be what? 1 and pi over 4. You got it? So do not forget about counterclockwise. First of all, think about the angle. Second, try to measure the distance that you have. For example, again, another example. If I say I have 2 and pi over 2. So first of all, I say I have an X-ray and origin. Now I'm going to draw this point. I say pi over 2, theta first. Pi over 2 is here. Am I right? It's 19. Okay, 90 is like that. Then I have 2 units. So from origin to 90 degree, we have 2 units. So this point is my 2 and pi over 2. So first theta, second what? R. Don't forget about that one. Any question about that one? This is the first point. The second point, in polar coordinate, another coordinate, يعني how? XY Cartesian, XY coordinate, or Cartesian coordinate. Now removed. We are talking about new one, polar. So in polar coordinate, R and theta system or coordinates, the point is not unique. For example, to understand, here in your mind, when I say 1 and 2, do you think another point here? Just in 1 and 2? Is there any point? For example, can you see 5 and 4 is here? Minus 2 is exactly that location? No, it's unique in Cartesian. But polar, no. For example, if I say 1 and 2 pi, here, 1 and 2 pi, is that point? Am I right? The origin and X-ray. I'm here, going to there. This is a 2 pi. That point is good or not? We are here, right? So if I say 1 and 4 pi, I'll get what? Which point? The same, right? 1 unit from origin to here, 1 unit, and 4 pi. So 2 pi, 4 pi. How about if I say 6 points? 6 pi. but the location is the same. So the point here is not unique. That's why the student say it's not easy. But if you understand from the beginning, no, it's easy. Control it. It's not okay. How about if I say 1 and minus 2 pi? Look, minus 2 pi is with a clockwise, right direction. So I'm going to use the green one. So I say I'm going to here and 1 point. Again, I got what? The same location. How about minus 4 pi? Again and again, the same. And we know from here, from that point, the point in polar is not unique. You can go like that, revolving, one circle, and whatever you have, you will get the same. Here, just I changed what? The theta. How about if I change r? Also, I'll get the same, but I cannot say here. Later, I'll tell you how to change r. So just by changing theta, you can see, right? One is in its place, one in its place. We fixed one, r. If we change many times, we'll get the same point. So that's why point in polar is not unique. Maybe you say that point is from 2 and pi over 6. Pi over 6 is equal to 30. Maybe she say no, from the negative part, 11 times. So like that. Maybe the other say another things. Understood? You got it, Jamaat? So why these 2 points are equal? Look, because I know if I have 2 and pi over 6, I see this is the origin, and that one is pi over 6, 30 degree. So here we are, and I have 2 units, 1, 2. So this is my point. 2 pi over 6. But your friend, you have a friend عكس you دايما, there's some friends anti you. So she say or he say what? No, we can say 2 of also minus pi over 6. 11 minus 11 pi over 6. What do you mean by minus 11.6? Let me check. So you are right or not? So this is what? Minus pi over 2. Am I right? This is what? So let me do it by 30. This is what? Minus pi over 6. Am I right? Minus what? Pi over 3. Right? Minus 30. After that one, if I multiply by 2, I'll get what? Let me say 2 pi over 6, okay, to understand. I'll get what? Minus 16. Another 3 pi over 6, I'll get what? Minus 90, right? Hello? Okay. Till here, I'll get what? 6 multiply pi over 6. Am I right? Minus pi, okay. 7 pi over 6. 8 pi over 6. 9 pi over 6. 10 pi over 6. 11 pi over 6. You got it? So after pi over 6, 11 pi over 6, I got what? I got the same location. That's about the first example and figure. Was told you generally that the points are not unique. Here, find all polar coordinates of the point, that one. So if I have that one, find all. Look, this is the first one. This is the second one, but using minus r. There's another thing. So in the previous example, both are equal, this example. In the previous example, we changed the angle. Now I'm going to change what? R. I'm going to change the R. So My origin point is what? 1, 2, pi over 6. Am I right? 1, 2, pi over 6. 2 pi over 6. Now, and in the first example, we say that 2 and minus pi 11 pi over 6 will give me what? The same point. Now I say also change r to get the same. Let's say that one is new for you. So pay attention kindly and understand what did I do. Look at here. I say okay. Till here we say 3 pi over 6, right? Am I right? By minus. Or we can say plus. Let me go by plus side. So this is pi over 6. How about here? How many pi over 6? 3, right? 3 pi over 6. I will get pi over 2. Okay. Again, so good. How about here? 6 pi over 6. And I'll get what? How about that one? 9, 7. 1 by 1. Yes. Just till here. 7 pi over 6. Do you have any question why that one is 7 pi over 6? Let me change all these. All this one. Do you have any problem? Here till here, pi over 6. Here till there is 7 pi over 6. Now look at the idea. I say minus 2. So instead of going to that direction, I'm going back. When we say minus in R, now I say pi over 6, 7. The angle is here. Then I say instead of going to that direction, I'm going to back. So directly, when you say back, you are going back on the units that you have. How many units that you have? I say minus 2. So I say I'm here. That one will be 2 and pi over 6. But I don't want that point. I want that point. So I say what? I say minus 1, minus 2. That point will be minus 2, 7 pi over 6. How many students get the idea? Right? Yes, get. Raise your hand. 1, 2. Good. So we have 6 students. Okay. Look at here. If I say, let me give you a right angle. If I say 2 and pi over 2, where's the location? Silent. Where's the location? Origin, x-ray. So this is pi over 2, right? 1 unit, 2 unit. Do you have any problem with that point? Hello? Okay. Now, if I say minus 2 pi over 2, what's going on? I say the same thing. Let me do it another. No, let be red. So I say the angle is pi over 2. So 1 pi over 2 here. But when I say minus 2, I'm going to down. I say minus 2. The angle the same, but the direction will change. I say minus 1, minus 2. So that one will be minus 2 and pi over 2. I think now it's a little bit clear. So when I say minus, we have to the other side. Now, I'll give you many points, don't worry. If I say we have 3 and pi over 4. Yalla, sketch it. We say pi over 4. Am I right? 3 units. 1, 2, 3. How about if I say minus 3? Go to the other direction. 1, 2, 3. The angle is the same, but we change. Now it's time to find what? For example, find 2 and pi. You know. Pi is here, and 1 and 2. That point is what? 2 and pi. Am I right? How about if I say minus 2 pi? The same. I'm going to here, but I say what? I'm going to use the blue one. So I say this is the pi over pi. Yes, but minus 2 means that the origin, instead of going directly, go back. So 1, 2. Here I am. Understood? How many students didn't get the idea now? Didn't get the idea. Really? Wow, mashallah, you are amazing. You got all. Good. So I'm proud of you. Thank you. So now it's time to sketch the graph. So tell me about -1 minus pi. Okay. Before I make them more difficult on you, let me change something. P1, 2 and let me say pi over 4. P2, 2 and minus pi over 4. What did I change? Second. P3, minus 2 pi over 4. P4, what do you think? MashaAllah, well done. It's working. Good. Yalla. This is the origin. And this is X-ray. So tell me about each point. Let the first one be for me. So 1, 2. P1, right? Yalla. P2. Exactly. Minus pi over 4, 1, 2. P2. Tell me about P3. First direction, pi over 4, yes, pi over 4. But minus, so I say -1, -2. That will be what? P3. Tell me about P4. Yes, yes, not P2. This is the new one for me. I say pi over 4 -2. That's it. Pi over 4 -2. Pi over 4, yes, -2 like that. +2 like that. That's it. When you say plus, directly. When you say minus, just go back. Nothing else. Just go back. The important thing here is what? Angle. The angle is important. Now, how about minus pi over 4? Minus pi, -2. First of all, the angle. I say angle is, let me change to the brown. This is minus pi over 4 in my mind. And -2, this is the angle. Minus is going to be 1, 2. So that's the P4. You got it? Easy, right? So, exactly. You need the angle first. We see that in the beginning. In the beginning, we say you should select the angles that counterclockwise with the clockwise. Then R will decide to up or to down. Understood? Or direct direction, directly, or reverse direction. Anti-one. So we have all these ones. So kindly at home try to use that one. For example, pi, P2, P3 will be 1 and minus pi, P4b minus pi. Do it at home. Because if you are not dealing with that one, for example, change that one to pi over 2. Make it to pi, make it to pi over 4. Then you need just after 4 or 3 change, you will get the idea. Understood here? This is another important point that I'm going to mention. I was about to mention for you. And kindly okay. So let that one be for the next example because we're in a graph. So kindly, before you are doing anything, before trying to sketch the graph, you need what? Point, to understand from the point. So do not forget about how to